We've seen some reoccurring faces on the Hallmark Channel, but these are the actors who have been in the most movies. Rightly dubbed as the Queen of Hallmark Christmas movies, Lacey Chabert has appeared in over 30 movies for the network. Do you remember her debut movie? If you're a true fan, you immediately screamed, "Elevator Girl."
What was that all about? That is the lawyer from the elevator. No way. Yes.
Just 2 years later, Chabert starred in her first Hallmark Christmas movie, Matchmaker Santa. While there are many successful movies to her name, like Moonlight in Vermont, Christmas in Rome, and my personal favorite is Sweet Carolina. And let me tell you why. We all have plans, but sometimes life has other ideas. This was the case with Josie Wilder, who was living a pretty good life in New York with a stable job, a boyfriend, and a clear vision of her future. But one phone call changes everything. She finds out that her sister and brother-in-law passed away in a car accident, and she rushes home to be with her family. That's when Josie gets hit with another bombshell. Her sister actually named her as the legal guardian for her 2 kids, instead of their parents. This turns everyone's worlds upside down, especially Josie, her niece, and nephew. They all have to learn how to adjust to their new lives together, and of course, they have a few disagreements along the way. But with the help of her family, and even her ex-boyfriend turned high school coach, Cooper, Josie might just find a path forward. Chabert delivered a captivating performance in this role. Josie is a flawed character who is easy to root for, thanks to the actress's authentic and heartfelt portrayal. Even when Josie doubts herself, you can't help but believe in her. I tried to hold back my tears, but I couldn't during this one. But don't worry, it's not a typical tearjerker or a depressing story. Sweet Carolina gracefully portrays a family navigating through grief with heartfelt moments, rather than trying to hastily resolve it in less than 90 minutes. Oh, and if you enjoy seeing the pairing of Lacey Chabert and Tyler Hynes, you obviously cannot miss Winter and Vale. Their cute banter and electrifying chemistry is too good to be true. Good news for her fans, this reigning Queen of Hallmark has no plans of giving up her crown. In a recent interview with Vulture, the actress revealed her dream Hallmark project that has all of us buzzing with excitement. Coming from a small town in Mississippi, Chabert reminisces about the support she received from her community when she first ventured into the entertainment industry. Her dream project for Hallmark revolves around Southern characters and depicts the rich culture of growing up in the South, much like the beloved movie Steel Magnolias. What's more, she plans to film it in her hometown of Purvis. I can't wait to see this genius idea come to life. Now, when it comes to the leading men of the network, whose name first comes to your mind? For me, it's Andrew Walker. He has starred in 22 Hallmark films already, ranging from holiday classics to romantic comedies that you can enjoy any time of year. Whether as Aiden in A Bride for Christmas or Luke in 3 Wise Men and a Baby, he has aced every role, truly multifaceted. By the way, putting the Hallmark heartthrobs Andrew, Paul, and Tyler together, I bet the casting director is super proud of this decision. Give that man an award already. Which is your favorite Andrew Walker movie? Mine is definitely Love and Design. Did you know that he also helped develop this movie? No wonder, it was a huge hit, and he admits that teaming up with Danica McKellar was the cherry on top of the sundae. I'm a huge fan of hers, he gushed. The Wonder Years was a staple show for me growing up, so working with Winnie Cooper was like the greatest thing in the world, he confessed in an interview. Speaking about an intense acting exercise McKellar insisted on doing, he reveals, "We stared at each other for 20 minutes and talked about the things we liked about each other and the things that we were insecure about. It was a great acting exercise and immediately broke down all the walls. That Sunday was really important to us, and after about 4 hours of reading scenes, by the end of the day, we were really in stride. It was such a great start to the project." Andrew's career with the Hallmark Channel really took off in 2012, which was a few years after he starred in a movie called Steel Toes. According to him, that was the movie that got him noticed and helped him carve a name for himself.
Worst case scenario. They declare you a dangerous offender and you never ever get out. You never have anyone to tell a dirty joke to, play cards with, or play husband and wife with.
All right! Talk! You talk too much! Shit!
Yeah, well, you're gonna...
Another name on the list of Hallmark's leading men is definitely Brennan Elliott. The Canadian actor played the bad guy, Warren Saget, in Cedar Cove. But before you knew it, he was a leading man, starring alongside Lacey Chabert in All of My Heart and A Christmas Melody, which, by the way, was directed by Mariah Carey. It turned out to be a perfect match because they made 2 sequels together, All of My Heart, In Love, and All of My Heart, The Wedding.
Lacey Chabert and Brennan Elliott.
This view is better with you beside me.
All of My Heart, In Love.
This duo is a fan favorite and is called the Spencer Tracy and Katharine Hepburn of Hallmark. And Brenny forever, am I right? For me, Brennan's performance as Jake in All Summer Long really stands out. It is a comfort watch, you get me? Jake really wants to be able to cook his own dishes and have some control over what he's creating, but he doesn't want to be stuck in a job where he's constantly being yelled at and making the same dishes over and over again. He just wants to be happy, you know? And then there's Tia. For him, she's the one that got away. She's not happy in her legal career and has finally achieved her dream of captaining her own ship. It's like fate has brought them back together at the right time, but there's a lot of emotional baggage that they need to sort through before they can make things work romantically. Brennan considers The Gift of Peace his hardest project ever. For those who watched it, you already know how emotionally impactful this film has been. It's about Tracy, who lost her faith after a tragedy. But you know what's amazing? She joined a grief support group at Christmas and started to find inspiration, hope, and peace again, thanks to this new community she found. Brennan disclosed in a recent interview with Media Village that the movie resonated with him deeply because of his personal engagement with the support group when his wife was undergoing cancer treatments. The cast and crew were extremely supportive of him, and I must say, he did a stellar job in this film. I couldn't stop sobbing. Did you get a chance to catch up on this one? Let us know in the comments down below. The next person in this list is an enchantress who has been sprinkling her magic on the Hallmark Channel for over a decade. She has been wooing audiences since her first appearance in the network back in 2012, and now she is not just a leading lady, but also a film writer for the channel. Meet Kimberly Sustad. From her breakout role in A Bride for Christmas to her latest film, Game of Love, Sustad has been creating a stir with her captivating performances. In The 9 Lives of Christmas, she won hearts as Mary Lee White, and fans were ecstatic to see her reprise her role in the sequel, which brought back the iconic puffy coat. As a seasoned Hallmark actress, Sustad knows what it takes to deliver the perfect mix of fun and heart, and she brings that to the table in Game of Love. In the film, she plays a creative board game designer who teams up with marketing consultant Matthew to create a game that helps players find love. But as Sustad reveals, the journey to finding love can be scary and full of risk, and that's something all of us can relate to, no? Did you know that she also co-wrote 3 Wise Men and a Baby with Paul Campbell? Kimberly has an extraordinary gift for story and for character, Paul told Media Village in an interview, and we definitely agree. She is like an encyclopedia of 90s rom-coms. She understands the story and what makes it compelling. Paul and Sustad have amazing chemistry, and it's evident in Wedding Every Weekend. As soon as they announced that the co-leads from A Godwin Christmas would be starring together again in a summer romance with a wedding theme, it became an absolute must-watch. When you see them together, you immediately know that they share an amazing friendship off-screen too. For those of you who still haven't watched it, here's a little sneak peek.
Play a character who has had his heart broken, has kind of put up those walls again, and has put all of his focus into his business.
In a certain sense, they kind of meet their match.
The development of this relationship between Nate and Brooke in this movie is maybe the most fun and the most unusual.
So Edgar Nate Thomas, played by Paul, is a total vintage car buff who has sworn off dating altogether. Sustad, who plays Brooke Etheridge, on the other hand, is a physical therapist who's taking a break from dating to focus on herself after a messy breakup with her colleague and ex-boyfriend, Dr. Colin. But fate has other plans for them when they both attend a wedding and find out they're going to be guests at 3 more weddings together. So they decide to be each other's wedding buddy, and things start to get interesting from there. Kimberly's acting skills are top-notch, and she really brings her character to life. Plus, her fashion sense is so on point. I was totally envious of her wardrobe throughout this movie. It's going to be tough watching Hallmark movies without the Christmas Queen making an appearance, don't you think? Yep, Candace Bure has been on the Hallmark Channel for 13 years, but recently decided to move on. From the very first time I saw her in Moonlight and Mistletoe playing Holly, I was hooked. But even though Bure won't be starring in any more Hallmark films, her movies will still be around for us to enjoy. One of my favorite movies with her is definitely A Christmas Detour, where she plays Paige, a bride-to-be on her way to meet her fiancé's family in NYC. But, as you can probably guess, things never go as planned. Her flight gets rerouted to Buffalo, and she ends up hitching a ride with a couple and a swoon-worthy, heartbroken guy named Dylan. Sparks fly between Dylan and Paige. She might have to reconsider her plans. Bure was a pure delight to watch. What's your favorite holiday movie with her? And that's all for today's video. Who among these is your favorite actor? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching and supporting us, and for staying this long. See you next time.